Hello, this is Irina from La La Land Crafts, back with day 7 of our 12 days of tutorials. If you had missed the previous tutorials, make sure to go back and click on the link in the video description, or simply go to the La La Land Crafts YouTube channel and find all of those tutorials from day 1 to day 6. If you subscribe to our YouTube channel and comment on each single video, you'll be entered into the drawing for a chance to win one of $50 gift certificates to our online store. Today we are making another Christmas card. This one is white and red with a little bit of blue, really nice and crisp look to it. And this card features one of our new clear stamp set called Deck the Palms, and this is the stamp set to have. It's a must-have if you live in the area where you don't have the snow for Christmas. It's a blessing and what's the word? And a curse at the same time, right? We kind of want to have white Christmas, but at the same time we're happy that we don't have to deal with the snow. So this stamp set has 3 different Santas and a lot of different sentiments to go with it, to mix and match. For the card, I already have all of my layers pre-cut and all of the die cuts done already as well. I'll post the link to all of the products used on the video description, as well as the card measurements. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to emboss the front layer with the snowflakes stencil, and this snowflake stencil comes as a set of 2. I'm going to use my Copic, and if you've seen the previous videos, you already know how I do it. So just a little refresher here. Plate A, for those of you who use Copic, plate A, plate B, rubber mat, my cardstock, my stencil covering it, second B plate, and I usually go twice. I'll go out and then bring it back in, just to get a little bit more of the impression. So it comes out like that. The next thing, I'm going to give it embossed line all the way around with my scoring board. So I'm going to put my snowflakes facing down and 1/8 of an inch all the way around. I'm also going to do the same thing on the other layer of the same size. It will be on the inside of our card. As you can see, I'm using a lot of the same techniques and a lot of the same dies on many of the projects in this tutorial series, and I really like actually showing you that you can use the same products and achieve so many different variations of the designs. The next thing I'm doing, I'm going to stencil on the heel border, and you can see it has the stitching. So all of our products coordinate and work together very nicely. I'm using Broken China Oxide ink and the stencil, the second stencil from the same set. And this stencil looks like snowflake flurries, but once you pair it with the Santa, with the summery Santa, it looks like waves. And I learned that idea from our design team again. We all share our ideas, right? We all learn from each other. That's the beauty of this hobby. I'm going to glue my border onto the snowflake layer, and then onto the red cardstock. Looks pretty. The next thing, I'm going to work on the pocket on the front of the card, and I already have it stamped with antique linen ink and sweater, oops, sorry for the noise, sweater weather background stamp set. I'm going to use all of the dies that come in the pocket set on this card, and I really wanted to do this card especially for this reason, to show you what all these little pieces can be used for. I have scalloped rectangle die cut from red cardstock, and this is the second size from the largest. I'm going to pull this large label. This is this label right here from the set, and this wasn't designed this way, but it works perfectly. And once again, this is my real luck. I don't want to run out of this luck, so I'm gonna knock on the on some wood here, but this works so perfectly together. So this label, of course, can be used on the front of your pocket, and you can stamp the sentiment, or you can just write something there, a little note. You can use it either way you like it, top, bottom, however you prefer, but it also designed to work as a lining for your pocket. So this is the way we're going to use it today. And it fits on the scallop rectangle. It fits right in the space between the stitching. It really fits there perfectly, and it works really, really well. So now I'm going to, before I put the pocket on, I actually have the sentiment here, and I stamped the sentiment on the second label that comes from the same set. I'm going to adhere it, but I'm not going to put the glue behind where the sentiment is, because there is an image that I'm going to tuck in the little palm tree that's going to be tucked in behind it. I'm going to put the label on, and this label is also a perfect spot for me to put my Santa on, because it looks like he's standing on the little island here, so it really grounds him on. So this little label here serves a few purposes besides being just the place to put the sentiment on. I'm going to put the breads into these holes, and I'm going to use double-sided tape and put it onto the flaps of the pocket. Now my pocket goes onto the stitch rectangle. And I'm going to line it up from the bottom. Actually, just for me it's easier to line it up. See how pretty that is? It lines up, as I said, just perfectly. And before I put it onto my card front, I'm going to use the Jingle Bells wreath and cut it in half. And I'm going to tuck in part of it under my pocket here, under this layer. So this Santa is enjoying summer weather, but we can still take creative license and use snowflakes and red color for Christmas. So now this goes on. And I have my tag die cut from the white cardstock, and this is from the tag set. This is the third one from the largest, and this is the tag that fits right into the pocket. And the little bow that comes with the Jingle Bells wreath I die cut this time from red. It's really nice and festive. So adorable. So now my tag can go into my pocket here. Little interactive detail on the front of the card. And then I have sun die cut from our stitched sun and cloud set. And I'm going to put it onto the side. Right here. Then when I color my images, I can simply put them on to add them to the card. Now this whole border, this whole layer, I'm going to use my 3 milliliter foam and put this onto the card front. Most of the time I have my cards open up this way unless the design calls for it to be different. I like it better because I think when you display the card it just stands there nicely, and also of course when we put our cards onto the display boards when we do the events like trunk shows and when we go to scrapbook expos. Now I'm going to work on the inside of the card, and I already have my layer here, white layer here, that I embossed. Before I put it on, there is another detail that we're going to add into the inside. I have my second pocket here. I'm going to fold the edges, and this pocket I'm actually going to put, instead of gluing it on as pocket is like this, I'm going to tuck it in the corner, in one of the corners, so it gives me nice, really clean finished look right here. And I just want something a little bit different. So I'm going to put, for this purpose, I'm going to put my tape on the two flaps that I'm gonna wrap around onto the inside, and then on the one that's going to be tucked in on the outside. The easiest way to do it is go from the back, and then you can just align everything, make sure that it fits nicely. So what I do, just push it in, and then when you close it, before adhering, you'll see that it actually moves your layer a little bit, and it will have enough give. Then you can hold it in place, remove the tape backing, and simply close it in. Cute, really nice detail, I think. Now before I glue this down, I'm going to put my second layer, my second piece of the Jingle Bells wreath. Just add it there, tuck it in, and now I'm going to remove the backing from the tape here on this flap and close it. So this would be a nice place to put a gift card or another little note that you would like to give to your recipient. And now I can go ahead and glue it onto the red layer. And inside of my card. There's one little piece that I have left from the pocket die, this little label, and I'm going to just go ahead and add it onto my pocket as another detail. I also want to show you that with these dies you can also create this type of label, kind of like a file cabinet or the library label. You simply die cut the large one first and then die cut the small ones from the inside, and this gives you yet another option for this die set. And of course you can align it to your preference on either side. So now my card is completed, and I want to give you just a few little pointers on the coloring if you like to stick a little longer. I have my images stamped already, and they're stamped with Magenta ink. This is Copic friendly ink, and I'm going to show you how to color Santa's head in this video. His shirts are colored the same way as we did the sweater on the moose the last video. So if you need reference for that, just go ahead and click on video 6. I'm starting with my lightest color, and I'm working with the light flicks on each side, adding the color on, and then I'm going to continue with the darker colors, adding that on. I just ordered a new pair of glasses yesterday, so if I'm going outside of the lines this time, I have an excuse. I don't have good glasses on. Right? So then with the darkest one, I'm just gonna add a little bit in on the outside for the darkest shadows. And when I add my darkest color, I seem to be doing it more as in dots versus the lines, because I find that I have more control this way. And once I have all of the colors on, I'm going to go back and blend them in a little bit. So I'm going in the opposite direction, from darkest to lightest this time. And then with my lightest color, I'm going to blend it in the center. Decided to add a little bit of the previous color in, just to get my blending better. And then to give, for the white parts here, I'm going to use gray colors, and I'm going to try to make it fluffy. So I'm just adding little dots for the texture. And coloring with dots is really easy, and it creates a nice effect. I did the same on his drink here on the coconut, also colored it in dots. If you would like to see me doing more coloring tutorials, let me know in the comments, and then we'll see about doing some after we're finished with this 12 days of the projects. We'll do just the coloring ones. These images, smaller ones, are really easy to color because it's really hard to make any mistakes really here, because they look cute, really cute. And then for the Christmas tree, for the leaves, I used some of the green colors. I'll put them, as I said, on the description. And I just went with the flicking motion on each leaf here. And then added a little bit of the darker colors. It looks cute and festive. with really not that much effort. So even if you're making more than one card, you can color this in no time. So after I'm done with coloring, I would fuzzy cut my images, and I tagged my Christmas, my Christmas palm, right? The palm tree with the lights behind the label, and then my Santa is popped on foam tape. So once again, very simple card to make, really cute, turns out really cute, and using the same techniques, some of the same techniques we've been using throughout these days to create something completely different. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll give it a try. Don't forget to comment, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 8. Bye now. Much love.